Do you like sell tickets like to your classmates and y'all get together and you get some popcorn and watch math videos?
Honestly, I've thought about it.
All right, so this is what you need to know because this is all that happens because if I go I to the fifth, it's equal to I to the fourth times I, right?
Hmm.
Well, I to the fourth is one, isn't it?
Yes.
So it's just equal to I, and then the whole thing starts over.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
All right. So I think in this class, all you're going to have to know is I squared is negative one. Let's hope.
Correct.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, that's all I've really learned.
Okay, excellent. So we're just going to FOIL this.
Oh, okay.
That would be negative 56 minus 7i plus 40i plus I squared, or 5i squared if you want to get it right. If you want to get it wrong, just write I squared. It's up to you. And then negative 7i plus 40i is 33i. And what does I squared equal?
Um, I.
Nope.
Oh, -1, right? Yeah.
So it's 5 times negative 1. So this long nightmare is over. And we have written it in the form a plus bi, which means only means that the real number comes first and the imaginary fake number comes second.
Okay.
Well, good.
We are good.
So exciting. I don't want to solve it by completing the square. You don't have to solve it by completing the square, do you?
I believe so.
So you have to show the work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On these at least. He says he recommends showing the work just because um that way if we mess up, he can give us like a point back or see where we went wrong.
Okay. You can do it on your calculator. You want to see or no?
Yes, I do.
Oh, did you hear that rocking music?
Yes, I did.
Oh, you're in for a treat. Watch out. Hold on to your socks. I, yeah, please check because if I was a teacher, I don't know, like I'm pretty liberal in the classroom.
Hmm.
Wait, did I share the sound?
Yes.
Okay. Nice intro.
Some polynomial equations can be solved pretty easily.
Quadratic equations in particular can be
God
solved by
darn it.
factoring, completing the square, or by using the quadratic formula. As the exponents on the polynomials get larger, they get tougher to solve.
In this lesson, we're going to use our graphing calculator to solve the polynomial equation x cubed minus 6x squared plus 11x minus 6 equals 0. Start by
I don't know
pressing the
where it
apps
went.
button on your calculator. We want the app
Polysimul 2. You can arrow down or press alpha P to get there faster. Select the polynomial root finder.
Are you seeing this or
Okay.
no?
No, but I'm following along by what he's saying.
Okay. Okay. So he's doing a cubic, but you can do the same thing with the squared. So I don't know if it's cubics or not.
I don't think so. I think we've only done squared.
Oh, really?
Possibly. Math class is kind of blurred.
All right. Well, I'll stop it and just show you.
Okay.
It's probably just in case we'll keep on with this. All right. Oh my God. Okay, David.
Solved with factoring, completing the square, or by using the quadratic formula. As the exponents on the polynomials get larger, they get tougher to solve. In this lesson, we're going to use our graphing calculator to solve the polynomial equation x cubed minus 6x squared plus 11x minus 6 equals 0. Start by pressing the Apps button on your calculator. We want the app Polysimal 2. You can arrow down or press alpha P to get there faster. Select the polynomial root finder. Now we have a number of options. Order is the biggest exponent in your polynomial. You can
Okay, so for quadratics, it's just going to be 2. And
Okay.
that's usually the default, okay?
Uh-huh.
But he's solving a qubit, so it's going to be, he's going to select 3, okay?
Okay.
choose whether you want to include complex numbers as possible solutions.
You
You can
don't.
also choose to have the solutions displayed as fractions or decimals, and if you choose decimals, how they appear. The default options are fine.
So fractions or decimals. If decimals, it's the float. Well, they appear normal, and then it says how many decimal places it'll round it to. Like that's what the float thing is, okay?
Okay.
Fine for our problem, except we need to change the order from 2 to 3. Next, we'll need to enter the coefficients from the largest exponent to the smallest. In this case, the coefficients are 1, -6, 11, and -6.
That's from his original.
Now press F5 to solve. You'll see the answers are x equals
Now he said F5, but it's still the same thing that you used before. It's the graph one.
1,
Yes.
2, and 3. If you are an
I
algebra
got it.
student, this might seem almost too easy, but there are a couple of catches. First, if there is a power of
All right. So, did you get your solutions?
Yes.
Okay. They should be 6 and 1.
Yes. X1 e equals, yeah. So there's X, the first one is 1, and then X6.
Okay?
All right.
So you don't want to review completing the square to be clear.
Can we just in case?
Sure. Pretty nasty because this is going to be a fraction. So what we do is we move the 6 over. I'm going to leave a blank space here on purpose. We take the coefficient of the middle term, here just a little bit of scrap work, and we divide it by 2, and we square it. And we get 49 over 4. You good?
Yes.
So we're going to add 49 over 4 to both sides. Okay? Now, the whole reason we do this, it's called completing the squares, because now we have a perfect trinomial square. And I'll show you that in just a second. But what happens is it factors exactly with an x and an x. And whatever this guy is right here, whatever you put this over to, if it's negative, it's a negative here. If it's positive, it's a negative. If it's a positive, it's a positive. Oh my God.
Okay.
So it's minus 7 over 2, minus 7 over 2 equals negative 24 over 4 plus 49 over 4. And then it's a perfect trinomial square because it becomes this thing squared. Yeah.
Okay, I see.
And then this would be 25 over 4. Then we take the square root of both sides. And we solve. Square root of 25 over 4. Square root of 25 is 5. Square root of 4 is 2. Then we add 7/2 to both sides. Right?
I see. Okay.
So we get x equals 7 over 2 plus 5 over 2. X equals 7 over 2 minus 5 over 2. And that's where you get 6 and 1.
Lord.
Nasty.
Very.
All right. Okay, so it's the same idea here, except you're gonna have to use um, the quadratic formula because I don't believe that your calculator is going to give you an exact answer. I don't care. I don't know if he cares.
Quadratic formula I'm good with for the most part.
I'm sorry.
I say I'm good with using it like the quadratic formula by hand for the most part.
Okay. So, do you know it?
Yes, it's negative b plus or minus um 4.
Nope.
No. Um
B squared minus 4ac over 2a.
okay, b squared minus 4ac. I always I swapped the b squared and the 4ac.
Don't do that.
I will
I,
try not to.
I went to college for that.
Yep.
How to teach. Don't do that. Okay. So we need everything on the same side. And then A equals 3, B equals -4, C equals -5. And what your species likes to do is to include the X sometimes. And we never do that, do we?
Right. No, I do not.
Thank you.
How come they all changed to like a negative and not an addition sign?
Because there's a negative in, oh, because we moved them over. Like they have to be on the same
Oh,
side of the equation. Sorry.
okay, okay. No, you're good.
Let me put that step in. All good?
Yes. My mind was automatically going to moving like the 3x squared over to the right.
You could, and then your A would be -3.
Okay.
I don't recommend it because you want your squared term positive.
Okay, noted.
What's he say? To simplify your answer. So I think do you know if he wants you to simplify square roots if possible?
Yes.
What a horrible man. Okay, so how would you go about simplifying the square root of 76? I can't remember if you and I talked about it.
I would put it in my calculator.
Um, if they want an exact answer, though, you're not going to be able to use the decimal.
Okay.
So the bad news is the square root of 76 simplifies into 2 square root 19. Does that sound familiar or no?
Uh, sure. Let me see if I can.
I can teach you. I mean, it does say here that you have to simplify it. So,
Right. I'm gonna pull up the, what do you call it? The study guide and see. I'll type in this answer and see if it comes back before I'm simplifying it like fully.
okay.
Yeah, I want you to simplify it fully.
Okay. So, do you know your perfect squares?
No.
I bet you do. Like the square root of 4 is 2, so 4 is a perfect square.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to give you a simpler one. Like uh, square root of 12, we can write as the square root of 4 times the square root of 3. And we
Oh,
could all, and since this is, we pick a perfect square because we could also write it as the square root of 6 times the square root of 2, couldn't we?
yes.
Okay, but the square root of 4 is a perfect square, so we can write it as 2 root 3 because the square root of
Okay.
4 is 2. Are you with me?
Yes.
Okay. So that's the most efficient way to do it, is to take your number and start
Mm-hmm.
dividing it by perfect squares and see if it comes out evenly. So on your calculator, 1 doesn't help us at all, right?
No, four is one.
Yes, then that it turns into 4 times 19, right?
Right.
Okay. Now you want to get the biggest perfect square. This one is fine with 4 and 19.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you want to try the next one, like 76 divided by 9, and it comes out as a decimal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you know, like in order, do you know your perfect squares like 4, 9, 16?
No.
Well, 2 squared is 4,
Mm-hmm.
3, 3 squared is 9. Could you get them that way?
Yeah.
Okay. So what you want
Oh.
to do is you want to keep dividing until you get over halfway,
Mm-hmm.
just to make sure there's not a bigger one that divides it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
And so since 4 and 19, well, then this becomes 4 plus or minus root 4 root 19 over 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that would be 4 plus 2 root 19 plus or minus over 6. Good.
Yes.
And we're still not simplified. How about that?
Fun.
Okay. Um, because 2, 4, and 6 are all divisible by 2. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
So I think the easiest way is to just put the 6 under each term and simplify them individually.
Okay.
And do you see how I got this?
No.
Well, 4 over 6 simplifies to 2/3. They're both
Okay.
and 2 over 6 simplifies to 1/3.
Okay. Okay.
I just didn't write the 1 in front of the square to 19 because I got on my big boy t-shirt.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So this is another one you could do on your calculator. Want to see?
Okay. Is it the same as like the others?
Nope. Oh, did I send you this one in the link?
No.
Get enough of that rock and roll. Okay, here comes the next one.
In this video, we're going to be finding the vertex of an equation using the TI-84 calculator. Press the y equals button, and I'm going to go ahead and get your calculator, turn it on, and let's go through these steps provided to us in the little work box to the right. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to press the y equals button.
Did you write down the equation?
I was almost done writing down. I just have the last numbers. +7. All right, now I'm good.
Okay, sorry.
No, you're good.
And I'm going to go ahead and clear what's there.
So did
And
you
then
get
we're
here?
going to type the
Yes.
equation into the y equals screen. So the y equals is in the upper left hand corner of the calculator. Let's type that out. Negative x. Notice I did the negative below the 3.
And do you see where the X key is up here?
Yes.
Okay.
The X button is right next to the green alpha. Squared, I hit the exponent button, which is above the divide by button, hit the 2. Then I press the right arrow key to get out of the exponent, plus 4x, x again next to the green alpha, plus 2.
Got
Once
it.
we've typed it out, our second step is to hit graph. So we hit graph. And you might be able to guess the vertex just from looking at the graph. It looks like the vertex is at 2, it's really hard to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 2, 6,
You don't wanna
maybe
do
2,
that.
7. It's hard to tell. So to find the exact vertex, we're going to go to second. Hit the second, that's the blue button in the upper left hand corner of the black section of your calculator. So second. trace. Trace is above the top row of buttons. Press the down arrow button until we get to a maximum, because our vertex in this case is a maximum. It's the highest point. Press enter. Now we type a value that's to the left of the vertex and press enter. So
Yeah,
here's
it's
our
not
vertex
working on
right
my
here. We can just
calculator.
type in any value or
Huh?
any x value that's to the left.
No,
What's the matter with your calculator?
it was just coming up as like an error.
Okay, so you probably entered something wrong, or your calculator is in some different mode,
Okay.
which I could help you with. Um, but I need to see your calculator screen. I think you could
Hmm.
see where it was going, that it was going to go pretty quickly.
Yeah. Could you show me how to do it by hand by chance first? And then I can always figure it out
Oh,
later.
okay, sure,
Thank you.
sure. Um, so we can get the x coordinate of the parabola,
Hmm.
and this is for ax squared plus bx plus c. The x coordinate, actually, I don't know. Did you have to graph these by hand by any chance?
Um,
Do you remember the term the axis of symmetry?
yes.
Okay. The axis of symmetry equation is x equals negative b over 2a. Okay, and if you remember, the axis of symmetry is the guy that cuts the parabola in half, whether
Okay.
it's opening up or it's opening down. So it goes through the x coordinate of the vertex, which is either the maximum or the minimum.
Okay. I think this was on my last test, and I actually did pretty well on it.
Okay. Um, and I'll say and is also the x coordinate of the vertex. How's that?
Perfect.
Okay, so for this one, it would be negative 2 over 2 times negative 1, negative b over 2a. Are you okay with that?
Yes.
So that's a negative 2 over negative 2, which is a positive 1. Okay?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay. So now we know that the x coordinate of the vertex is 1, right?
Hmm.
And we need y. Well, doesn't y equal, or f of x in this case, but it's the same as y.
Oh, but you plugged the one back into the equation.
There you go.
Okay.
Be careful with the negative. Is this negative going to be squared right here?
E no?
No, it would have to be within a parentheses like that for the negative to be squared.
Okay.
So I don't know if you just plug it in your calculator. If you plug it in your calculator, you're going to be fine. It's not going to
Yeah, that's
square
normally
it.
what I do.
Okay. Unless you put it in parentheses, it's not going to square it. So I'm going to show you something after we're done with this. So the vertex is at 1, 6. I went pretty quick. Did you get the same thing?
I plug wait. Is it supposed to be -1 in parentheses?
Oh yeah. No, I just didn't bring the negative down because I'm a loser. So this should be 4. Did you get 4?
No, I plugged it in because I thought it equaled 1 and it wouldn't be a -1 like being plugged back into the equation like after the 2.
Oh, no, the x, it is -1. Oh, no, it is 1. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's 8.
Okay, then yeah, that's what I got.
Oh my God. I had negative stuck in my head. Thank you.
Of course.
Side note,
Hmm.
uh, evaluate for x equals -1. 1. X squared minus 2. Well, that would be -1 squared minus 2 because we're replacing all of x,
Hmm.
right?
Okay, so if it's a
So that,
negative, just make sure to put parentheses around it.
correct.
Okay.
Negative x uh, squared minus 2. Now, this negative stays out,
Hmm.
and right, it's separate, and I'm plugging in -1 for x. Do you see the difference?
Yes.
And then when you square this -1, it becomes positive, but there's a
Hmm.
negative hanging out in front being annoying.
Okay, I see.
Okay.
Yeah, any problems about like the excess of symmetry or anything like what we just did with like the rise overrun and all that, I'm good with those.
Awesome.
So we can definitely skip those.
Okay. Well, you are the boss of me, so let me know when we get to one.
Okay.
Okay. Turns around? For crying out loud. Okay. So, do you know what the zeros are here? Do you know what the heck they're talking about?
Um, I assume the zeros are like on like the X or Y
They're
like lines.
the zeros are on the x-axis,
Okay.
and what it means is that y equals 0,
Okay.
and you solve. So 0 equals -6 times x minus 3 times x plus 8 cubed.
Okay.
And are you able to solve that by sight? Some people are, some people are not.
No, I'm not.
Okay, we're going to get rid of that -6. Okay.
Hmm.
And now we have the zero product principle because we have two things. We have this thing and this thing being multiplied. And if I have two things being multiplied that equal 0, either one of them can be 0 to make a true equation, right?
Hmm.
So we're going to find the values of x that make each of these individual expressions equal to 0. You might have heard teachers say, set them equal to 0.
Okay.
So here we
Oh,
have
yeah, yeah,
x,
yeah.
yeah, x equals 3. You okay there?
Yes.
Okay. Um, the long way here is to get rid of the cube root and take the cube root of both sides.
Mm-hmm.
The short way is to realize, well, I just need a 0 in here, so x would be -8. Because -8 plus 8 is 0, and 0 cubed is 0.
Okay.
Which way would you go?
Definitely the quicker way. That makes sense.
Okay. So now they say give the multiplicity. All right. And that means how many times is it a solution? Well, what the heck do they mean by that? Well, we could write this out as 0 equals x minus 3. X plus 8 cubed is really x plus 8, x plus 8, x plus 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we could set each of these to equal to 0, and we would get x equals -8 3 times, wouldn't we?
Yes.
So technically, it's a solution 3 times. Okay.
Okay.
Now, the shortcut is whatever the power is, that's how many times it would be a solution. I just wanted to make sure in case you get stuck, you could figure it out. And that's the same as the multiplicity. So x equals 3, it's only to the first power, its multiplicity is 1.
Okay.
There's too many i's. And this is of multiplicity 3. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then it says, does it cross the x-axis or touch the x-axis? And turns around and turns. This is one big thing, touches and turns at each 0.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if it's multiplicity 1, it crosses. If it's 2 or more, it touches and turns.
Okay.
And we're talking about the graph of it.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Yes.
I'm going to give you a visual because it's just going to take a second.
All right.
Ooh, I lied. Okay. If the multiplicity is odd, it crosses. If it's even, it touches and turns.
Okay.
And I'm just going to leave it at that. Odd multiplicity crosses. Even multiplicity touches and turns.
All right.
Okay. All right. Where were we? Okay, so this is another one where you could use your calculator with your polynomial tools that you do have a cubic.
Okay.
You would have to get everything on one side, and you generally want to make the term with the highest exponent positive. So I would do this. And do you want to try your calculator again for some practice?
Yeah,
Okay. Do you remember the steps?
I believe so. This is a polynomial.
Yes, ma'am. It's not a system.
Okay. So at 9, 1, and the order is 3.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay. So 27. Oh, wait. Oops. 3 minus. I got a lot of decimal points.
Okay, what'd you get?
I got -3.15, 2.81, and 0.33.
Okay. Did you are you sure you have three? Look at it should say on your calculator 3, -1, -27, and 9.
Let me go back and edit it. Um, so apps 9, 1, 3. I have the steps down. Um,
Yeah, I think something happened with your
should I put
engine.
a 1 in front of the X or keep it as a 0?
A -1
Oh, okay. Because
in
I
front of the
had
x squared.
Okay, because I typed in 3x to the third power -1, so it'd be -1.
You need to put a -1 for the,
Okay,
yeah, back at this point, or wait, at this point,
okay.
right? You see what I'm
I
saying?
Yes,
Okay.
almost one. Okay, because I'm putting in the polynomial in the order right now.
Okay.
And so I put 3x cubed minus -1, x cubed minus -27, would it be? Or just 27?
Oh, this is different the way. Are you looking at my screen? Is this how it's
Yeah.
coming up?
No, it's coming up. I think he's at the step
Okay.
after I am when you hit graph.
No, it would be 3x cubed minus x squared minus 27x plus 9. You wouldn't put two negatives.
Okay.
You would just put the minus button.
Okay. Let me see if I got this right now. Okay, now I got it. I kept a 0, so I'm
Okay.
good.
And
I
what did you
got
get?
-3, and I got 3, and I got 1/3.
Very good.
Okay.
Did it come in as 1/3 or was it
Yes,
0.33333?
it came out as 1/3.
Oh, nice. You got your answers as fractions. Don't do anything to your calculator.
All right.
Okay. My next student's here, so I think I'm seeing you tomorrow.
Yes, you are.
All right, Elizabeth, you have a good evening.
You too. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Tanver,
Hi,
how are you?
good. How are you?
Good. I need to restart this because I'm recording this lesson for my previous student, and if I don't stop it, then she's going to get all of our lesson too. So I'm
okay.
gonna end the meeting, and then you just do what you did before to get in, okay?
Okay.
All right, bye.